What's up? It's your girl Charmaine Bay. You on Front Street. And of course, I got my lovely co-host, Keith Carroll. What's good,
You
Keith?
got to know that. What's up? Sound about right.
How's the mayoral race going?
Going.
It's going. I got my shirts in the mail, baby. I should have wore it today, but I'm gonna save it for a special occasion. I got 4 shirts, okay?
Okay.
And we are all about Keith Carroll for mayor. So I see you with the lineup too. You got your mustache showing.
Last night I had a show last night with Maya. We had Maya down here.
Oh, did you? How was that?
It was beautiful. We was moving on last night.
Oh, was y'all? Everybody was moving on. That's what I'm talking about.
Yes,
Wow,
yes.
Maya's so fine, ain't she?
Yes, she cut up. She cut up
Legendary. Where was it at?
at the Metro New Orleans.
Okay. Is that where like everybody go to hang?
Not really. We have it every other Wednesday for our R&B nights in Louisiana in New Orleans.
All right. And of course you booked and busy, so it
Uh
ain't a party of Keith Carroll, ain't the mayor Keith
huh.
Carroll. All
Sound about.
right. Sound
I'm gonna
about right,
stop you when you
period.
start lying. Uh huh.
What'd you say?
I'm gonna stop you when you start lying.
Okay, period. So look, we actually have some of our guests joining us right now, but let me give you a little rundown on what we got today, Keith, and who they putting on Front Street. Our guest will be putting DJ Envy on Front Street from the Breakfast Club. Now, this has definitely been in the news, on the blogs, and everywhere. DJ Envy, he's caught up in a little financial situation, dealing with some real estate. They're calling it a Ponzi scheme. So it's not little at all, it's pretty big. And Joe Budden is saying that he thinks DJ Envy is going to jail, which
Wow.
is just really wild because DJ Envy, we've been knowing him in real estate. People trusted not only him, but the people he was associated with. They were giving them money, but they really weren't investing this money into real estate like they promised. So that's the alleged story. And we're going to hear from the victims.
Okay.
Now, I ain't got the names popping up. So we're going to have everybody introduce themselves and we're going to just bring them in one at a time.
Let's do it.
What's your name?
Hitman,
Hitman. What's good, Hitman?
how you doing?
Who you putting out on Front Street today?
Man, bitch ass Cesar Pina and fucking DJ Envy.
All right, Hitman, hold on right there. We're going to add Rick to this conversation as well because y'all got something in common. So we got Hitman on the line, and of course my lovely co-host Keith. Keith, I'm gonna need you to jump in whenever you feel suit. Okay, Hitman. You already said you putting DJ Envy and Cesar on Front Street. Tell us what happened. What's going on?
First, we got to find out where Hitman from. Where you from, Hitman?
There we
What's
go.
up, man? I'm from Jersey, Montclair, New Jersey.
Oh yeah.
All right, Jersey in the house. My
Yup.
husband's from Jersey, so I like
Shout out to
Jersey
Jersey.
men. Yeah, I like Jersey men.
All right.
They straightforward, you feel me?
Yeah,
But
pretty
you
much.
got caught up in a situation out in Jersey, right? With one of our favorite radio personalities.
You
And we got Rick's
Yeah.
audio now coming in too.
guys are good now.
All right. And Rick, who are you putting on Front Street?
I'm putting all of them on front. They're gonna live out there until I die.
Okay. And who's all of them?
It's MB Caesar, his wife, even the brother could get it.
Oh, all right. So you and Hitman, y'all got a lot in common. Not only are y'all putting DJ Envy and Caesar on Front Street, but it looked like Hitman and Caesar, I mean Hitman and Rick, both of y'all from the streets. It looked like y'all are two motherfuckers that should not be played with. And y'all are taking this to court, I assume. But I want to know both of you stories. And Hitman, let's start with you.
All right. I met Fat Boy through listening to Envy, seeing their projects online, so I had a little bit of money to play with.
It's Fat Boy
So
Caesar.
I contacted, yeah, Caesar. Yeah, see, I'm trying to be respectful, but you know what I'm saying? It's
Don't be
gonna come
respectful.
out
We on
because it's a
Front
lot of stuff
Street.
that's happening right now. All right, that fat motherfucker Cesar. You know what I'm saying? That bitch ass motherfucker basically took $100,000 cash from me. I gave it to him for an investment to get 30% back on a property in Patterson. And come to find out, it's 5 to 6 other people that gave him $100,000 or better for the same fucking property.
Wow.
Mhm.
That sound about right to you, Rick?
I was right on the money.
Oh,
So
Yeah.
what's your story, Rick? We want to see how it's similar to Hitman.
My story, I see. You know what it is? I kind of got a little history with them. You know, like I've been dealing with Cesar for like almost 4 years or so. So my wife was cool with his wife, and our kids were kind of cool with each other. You know, my wife and my daughter will get their hair done at her salon. So I'm pretty sure she was like I and my wife, what she was wearing, what she got, what she drives, her jewelry, her ice. And she kept always harassing my wife, like, you know what, where's your, you know, you should have your husband come meet up with Caesar so he can invest some of his money.
Mm.
So she invited us to like one of those conferences that they had.
Mm.
Went to the
And that was
conference.
a real estate conference.
Yeah, real estate
Because
conference.
DJ Envy, Keith, you remember if you seen DJ Envy, you know, big into real estate, and even though he was a host on the Breakfast Club,
I
he
was
was
talking
definitely
about it.
right. He would always talk about it, and he was the face of, you know, the average American investing in real estate.
Yeah,
Pretty
coincidentally,
much.
this past Sunday, we were on the train in Atlanta. We had just boat was flying out of Atlanta, and he was on the train talking about it, talking about investment properties. That's what he was talking about.
This Sunday.
Coincidentally, this past Sunday in Atlanta, we was in Atlanta, leaving Atlanta. I was flying from Atlanta back to New Orleans. I don't know where he was going.
He ain't talking about it on the radio no more.
Oh, no.
Nah,
At
Keith
least
said he was talking about it in person, but
He was in
he
person.
ain't bringing
Not
it up.
talking to me. He was talking to whoever he was walking with.
he ain't bringing it up on the air anymore, from what I see.
Probably trying to scam somebody else out of their money.
Yeah. I mean, he be acting like a victim though, man. He acting like he didn't know anything about it, but I'm
Well, yeah, we're gonna get to that. I want to know more about, you know, because I want to see how y'all stories are parallel to each other. Rick, so your wife and his wife was kind of hanging. Your
Yeah.
wife walking around with the drip, and his
right.
wife seen it. So his wife, DJ Envy's wife, wanted, or I'm sorry, Caesar's wife.
Caesar's
Caesar's
wife.
wife, right?
Yeah,
Okay. Caesar's wife wanted to meet you and bring your husband around so he can invest. So
right.
what happened from there?
We went to that conference, and then after the well, she invited us, and she was like, "You guys don't gotta pay. You know, you sit up front." And I was like, "All right, cool. Let's just go. You know, let me hear it out." So I went. You know, it was just long talks about houses and flipping and whatever crap he's selling, right? So then afterwards, she was like, "Let's go out to eat dinner." So my wife was like, let's go grab something to eat with them." I'm like, all right, cool. So we went out to eat, and then I was sitting next to Caesar, and he was like, "Listen, what are your plans? What do you want to do with your money in the future? How what are you thinking about doing?" And I was like, "I just want my money to work for me. You know, I want to just sit back in 4 or 5 years, have my kids' college education paid for, my daughter's wedding paid for, cars, like stuff that they're gonna need. Because I'm always believe it or not, I'm a family man. I devote like 90% of my time to my kids and my wife. I'm not a strip club person. I'm not a I don't go to clubs. I don't like
And
to.
where do you live, Rick? Where you from?
I live in Florida, but I was in Jersey. I moved out to Florida like 3 years ago
Yeah.
because my
Okay.
plan was like I gave him 100 grand in the beginning, then I gave him another 100, then I gave him another 50,000, so 250 out of my pocket, and I was like, I kept rolling it over. So I was like, once I get to 500, 30% of 500 every 4 months, it's 150. That's 300. That's 450K a year. I could lay back with that, every year, but that ain't happen. I just
Okay.
kept it over and over and over, and then if I needed like let's say the contract was 4 months, and let's just say I needed like 10 or 15 or 20 grand. He would always pay me those 10 or 15, whatever I needed, just to like, just honestly, just piss away, you know? So he would give me that. But when I asked him for like a big chunk, that's when all the problems started. You know, he was like, just, and I wanted to cash out at the end. And he just gave me the runaround. He was like, nah, I can't right now. You got to pay. Like, yo, fam, we got a contract. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to live up to that. But he didn't care about none of that. He already had everybody's money.
I'm sure that Hitman has some similarities to this story as well. But before we get back to Hitman's story, can you, Rick, just give us, anybody who's watching who doesn't know, all the terms and like what was actually going down? Like when you say y'all had a contract for a couple of months and cashing out and he was giving you certain money here and there. Can you explain a little bit more like what the deal was between you, Cesar, and DJ Envy?
So DJ Envy really, for me at least, since I've been rocking with Cesar since 2019.
I was her client for years.
No, but when we started putting money in there,
2019.
So in 2019, this was like when him and Envy just started doing like them big seminars, you know. So Envy really didn't influence me to invest, you know, because I'm not like a celebrity, you know, I'm not a beast like that. I don't care if he's sitting next to me, I don't care who's next to me. I ain't worrying about him, I'm worried about me, you know. He really didn't play a role in when I invested. You know, he played a role for a lot of other people. But for me, since my wife had a personal relationship with Jen, it was on a different, I wasn't like starstruck, you know what I'm saying? Like he didn't do it for me. So the contracts are like, so you give Cesar 100 grand or 150, whatever you had, he would give you 30% of your money. If the contract was 4 months long or 5 months long, at the end
when you say 30% of your money, 30% of the money you invested, or?
Right, 100 in 4 or 5 months, whatever the contract said, you 130.
Okay.
So when that 130 came, I was like, I don't need anything. I don't need the bread, you know, just keep rolling it over. So I would roll that 130 into another contract. So 130 become 169 in 4 or 5 months, whatever the contract was.
So at first you got your money.
No, I never really asked for any of it. I didn't need it. You know,
but first he was willing to give your money, or like when it was 130, he was going to give you 130, or was it like you were like, you never even got to that conversation? You were like, just roll it over.
Right. I was like, just roll it over because I didn't need it.
So he probably was like, thank God, because I ain't got it.
Right. Exactly. You know, I just kept rolling it over because I had a goal in mind. I was like, yo, I got to hit a certain number to be good. You know, like I don't want to work forever. You know, my plan was to retire at 40 years old. You know, that was my goal. So that's why I really moved out to Florida. I was like, yo, I'm good. You know, I don't have to worry about much out here the way it is out there, you know? So, but I kept rolling it over. And if I need 10 or 15, whenever, he always paid me late though. It always was a problem to pay, you know? But I was just like, you know what? Stuff happens, you know, real estate, whatever. I gave him the benefit of the doubt, you know, because we kind of had a good relationship, you know? But I guess it started getting, like when I wanted to cash out and when I wanted all my money, it just became a problem. He just avoided me, lying to me. Then his father passed away and I felt bad. I was like, you know what?
Cesar's father.
Yeah, Cesar's father passed away. And I was like, I felt bad. And I was like, damn, you know, I sent him my condolences. You know, I was a good person, you know? But he didn't care about none of that. He's not that type of dude that, he's just a bullshitter. You know, he believes his own lies. Right. Him and his wife is she's no saint, you know. She's worse than he is.
Yeah, you never know. Wives may have come up with the idea. You never know.
Yeah, I always said mastermind. I always said it. She always said she was the brain behind it because he's just dumb. You know what I'm saying? Like he can't even spell. You know, he's dumb. But she's definitely the mastermind.
She was always sweating. Envy's wife.
Yeah, she wanted to be Envy's wife so bad, like just thirsty.
Sweating in her closet before they became.
Yeah, that's her plan. That's her. It's her plan. I just know it because he's too dumb.
They say birds of a feather flock together. So before we get to Hitman, Keith, what you got to say?
So Rick, today you're out of 250,000.
Right now, I'm owed about 400,000 with interest. Mm-hmm.
Because of the interest that you were supposed to get in the contract.
Right. Out of my own money is 250.
So you invested 250, and you would have hoped by now to have 400,000 back.
Yeah. Should have 400. Yep, 400. About 400 right now. Mm-hmm.
Keith, how would you feel in this situation?
I'm gonna just keep it raw. I'm from New Orleans. He said he in Florida and this happened in New Jersey. I would have been in New Jersey right now. What's his name?
Yeah. We've been out there already. We did that already. We played that.
It's a kick to that. It's a kick to that too. It's a kick to that too. We ain't even dive into that.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to the Breakfast Club. They got to see me.
Nah,
okay.
Security, they ain't trying to.
What'd you say, Rick?
Security in there tight. They ain't trying to let nobody in there.
No, security is very tight. So, Hitman, tell us a little bit more about your story. You invested 100,000 up front. Where'd it go from there? And did you go through Cesar? Was DJ Envy a part of the conversation?
I didn't have nothing to do with Envy. I didn't have nothing to do with Envy. I heard it, everything through Cesar. I just heard everything through Envy. But I did work with Cesar. So me and him met up with my wife, you know what I'm saying?
Hi, wifey.
And, we went to see the...
Hi, how are you?
Good.
We went to see the property.
Well, we were having, I was having health issues at the time that this happened. So my husband kept showing me things on YouTube, NJ Flip and Envy was involved. And then, I started to feel a little bit better. And, we had the money sitting in the account, earning absolutely no interest whatsoever. And, he kept showing me these things. And then, we see Cesar with the guys from Triple Digit Flip, with DJ Envy on YouTube. So, these are names that we know. So why would they associate themselves with someone that's doing fraud? And these are well-known people. They wouldn't put their reputation out there. They just came out on the Triple Digit Flip guy just came out on A&E, so why would they risk their success backing someone who's doing these things? So that's the only reason why my husband was able to convince me to do it, because I trust no one with my money, just like I trust no one with our kids. So it's right up there with each other. But like I said, I was getting over, not knowing what was wrong with me, and, it just kind of, I was not in the best mental state or whatever, but we eventually met Cesar. He took us to see the property.
And what year was this?
And then, I'm sorry?
What year was this?
Oh, this is this year.
We met up in February. We exchanged. We gave him the money in February, and we were supposed to get money back. The money, 130,000 back.
Wow. So y'all's contracts were the same. Y'all both put in 100,000. You were supposed to get 130,000 back. And Hitman, I'm guessing your situation went similar to Rick's. You didn't receive anything.
I didn't receive nothing. And then I was calling, texting. He replied a couple of times. This before everything blew up with I guess Tony the Closer and Rick Ross and all that stuff. That didn't happen yet. So when it did happen, I was like, yo, I know, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm calling the dude. He ain't picking up. I'm texting him. He ain't replying. I'm hitting him up on Instagram. He ain't hollering back at me. So, I went in on him, a couple of messages. He responded back saying, no, it's not like that. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of heat out there with him. Rick Ross put him on Front Street and all this bullshit. So a couple of weeks later, I'm like, nah, this don't sound right. You know what I'm saying? Fuck all that. Like, the contract, we got a contract. I don't care what you got going on personally. None of that shit. Where my money at? You know what I'm saying? That's basically what it was. I started barking on him. Then he hit me back a couple of times. He gonna give me the money and all that. Then after that, a couple of days later, ghost. Blocked me on
No.
Instagram, number, the number is off, and everything. You know what I'm saying? He's not responding to nothing. So, come to now, he got a fake page. Tony the Closer Scammer, some type of page. So I started hitting the motherfucker up because he hit me up out of nowhere. I'm
Wait,
like, yo, I know
the
this motherfucker.
page says that he's a scammer.
He's impersonating Tony the Closer.
Cesar.
Yeah, fat ass Cesar. I got emails and all. I mean, me and him going back and forth. But basically, I'm threatening the motherfucker for my money. You know what I'm saying? Fuck all that. Talking about his pit bull looking wife, all that shit. Fuck that. I want to beat your ass, your wife ass, all that shit. Motherfucker trying to press charges on me now.
They are.
They crazy.
File a complaint.
They acting like victims.
Okay, before we get to the charges that they're trying to press, Rick, I saw you shaking your head up and down when Hitman mentioned that he's been blocked on all of Cesar's accounts and phone numbers and new phones and all that. Do you relate to that? Are you blocked too?
For sure. I don't know if I'm blocked because I don't reach out to him. Because I think the last time I reached out to him, he asked me to pull up, and I pulled up, but he wasn't there. But man, it's just, this guy's a character, man. He want to like act like a victim and send us paperwork, filing complaints against us.
So he sent you paperwork too.
He sent me paperwork. It says that that the reason breaking it down, it just says like they can't come up with the paper trail because we're threatening them. So they need time to gather up all the paperwork that they need to show where the money went. So they're saying that.
Does this sound familiar for you too?
We all on the same paper.
Yeah, we on the same paperwork.
Okay.
It's like 90, 96 pages of this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, me, like, I'm threatening the motherfucker. Like, what you want me to say? I'm not happy you took my money and then you posted on Instagram talking all this bullshit. Your wife got some dumbass bus ride coming up, posting quotes and all that shit. I'm shutting all that shit. I'm saying it. So I'm like, nigga, fuck all that shit. Where my money at? I'm gonna beat your fat ass. I'm gonna shoot you. Fuck your wife. Fuck your kids. I'm telling them all that shit. Suck my dick. This motherfucker got screenshots of all my shit. This bitch ass motherfucker report me to the motherfucking police because I told him I'm gonna beat his ass. I want to shoot him. Suck my dick. Fuck you and your wife. Nigga, you took my motherfucking money.
Okay, but that's my thing. Fuck your threats. Can't they take him to jail for taking your money?
Man,
no, it's civil. It's civil.
Yep.
It's civil in the bankruptcy court.
How he gonna make it is like they willingly gave it to him, so he didn't take it from him. He didn't strong arm him. They gave it to him. Now, what he said he was gonna do with it, he didn't do it. So it's literally a civil matter. It's nothing criminal that they done. Now the threats are criminal, but him taking their money, and
I guess
it's civil.
But I think it becomes federal when you take people's money from different states, right?
Oh shit! Because now we got Florida involved. You feel me? So were you in Florida at the time?
He was in Jersey when it happened. He moved to Florida.
Yeah, but there's people that invested in one is from Boston, a couple people from Chicago, some people from New York. They had the seminar out here in Florida also, so I'm pretty sure they got people out here in Florida. Like it becomes federal when you cross them lines.
And not only that, when you're taking money under false pretenses, that's also criminal. It's not as if you're saying, oh, I invested it. This is where I invested it. How can you invest on the same house like 20 times? You're taking 100,000 times 20. That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
For one house.
Hell yeah.
That's fraud.
Yeah,
definitely fraud. And DJ Envy is.
You invested money in that house and you sell it. How many people are you gonna how many millions of dollars you gonna take for a house in freaking Patterson?
Correct. You're right.
That's fraud.
It is fraud. That is fraud. But the only thing is, it's gonna be hard trying to prove it.
It's not for contracts.
No, it's up to him to prove it because he has to show that he took the contracts say an address. that whether or not he fudged the address, that's a different story.
Right.
The address, and you have to, it's up to him to say that, hey, I invested that money here. Where's the paper trail? You have to provide the paper trail that you did this. You are a business.
Correct.
At the end of the day, you're a business. You have to file taxes. You have to show that you invested that money where it says it's supposed to be invested.
Correct.
And if there's 5 of us with 100,000, that's $500,000. Why isn't that property sold, and why isn't our money coming back?
Did that contract state that? Do the contract state that y'all gave him 100,000?
Yes.
Yeah, I can show you the contract.
We have the canceled check. We have his account.
Right. We got bounce checks. I got money wires.
And I got the text messages. I got text messages from him and everything.
Mm-hmm. So obviously y'all are using all of this in your case, which is great. And Hitman, although your name is Hitman, your wife is very much giving first lady, okay?
And by the way, this is the first time I'm hearing that the police have contacted him.
This is they say about an hour ago, huh? Like
the police didn't contact me. The lawyer sent something. His lawyer sent something to the the courts in Jersey, and they got me and 2 other people on there, and they got shit basically what we saying, whatever, you know what I'm saying, pictures and all that Cesar and his wife took and I guess gave to them, and now they're scared.
And I keep telling him to stop doing that, because you're from the streets, we get it, but unfortunately we got scammed. That's the bottom line. We got scammed, and we have to be smarter, because they're not going to be able to come up with the receipts to show that, hey, we took $2 million for a house that's not even worth 500,000, and did nothing with. What did you do with it?
Right.
You have to show that, and you're giving them ammunition.
I understand that, but man, listen, nah. You cannot be fucking taking people money and then fucking posting on Instagram talking all this bullshit, and I see it. What the fuck I supposed to do? Just sit there like a little bitch, don't say nothing? Man, you got me fucked up. I'm gonna say something, nigga. Right. Fuck you, your wife, my kid. If you seeing this, suck my dick. Fuck the lawyer. I don't give a fuck. Fuck him.
I would be just as mad as you, Hitman. I would be just as mad as your husband.
And listen, I ain't got time for all that. You know what I'm saying? I go to court, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be looking at the motherfucker like they're gonna have to tell me something like, yo, don't look at the motherfucker like you do it like, man, fuck all that, man. Well, where my money at?
But I feel your wife too. I feel your wife too. She just doesn't want you saying that you're gonna shoot him, because you never know what that could lead to.
Anything you want. You can think.
You can say, "Suck my dick," "Fuck you."
That's what people don't understand. Shut your
mouth. Fuck your wife. You can say all that shit, but just don't say you're gonna shoot the man just because now he gonna have ammunition against you when it's really about you having ammunition against him.
We weren't smart before, and I knew the minute that, you know what, like I said, I wasn't in a good place, because anyone that knows me knows that I do not play with my money. I don't give anybody my money. I don't even tell people what I have. That's none of anyone's business. And the minute I did it, like my entire body felt it. I felt it, because I'm like,
you felt like it was a bad energy around it.
It was like I couldn't describe it, but I thought it was because I was still not feeling good. It was just something just came over me where I knew it, because when something is too good to be true, it's not. And you have to listen to your instincts. And you know what? Yes, he took our life savings, but you know what? The end of the day is that I can get my money back. I work for my money, and that's something that neither one of them know how to do, is work.
Yeah,
they don't, and that's why they're never gonna get anywhere in life, because you know what? Eventually, your shit catches up to you.
Yep.
And Rick, you have your wife in the back with you too, don't you?
My wife right next to me. She got hella receipts.
No, but yeah.
And that's the thing. This is what I love about the situation. It's really fucked up that this happened to y'all, right? but both of y'all are in relationships and y'all are holding each other down. You know what I'm saying? Like
It's
this
hard.
was something I know it's hard. Oh my God, $100,000 missing. Like what?
And they got us beefing. You know what I'm saying? Me and her got a beef through all that bullshit. That it starts friction in the
Cause then
house,
I'm
not
sure
just
it's
the
like,
money.
well, it was your idea, Hitman. I should have never listened to you. So I can understand why Hitman feels like I'm gonna shoot him because even though you shouldn't say that, Hitman, but
Yeah, I know.
Hitman has a lot to prove to not only you, his wife, but now everybody that knows this, I'm sure your family's talking like, oh, she didn't gave her money. That's so
No,
frustrating.
we really haven't been talking about it. We just start like right now. Like I did an interview with Tony, but I didn't really promote it. I didn't really, what I'm saying. I'm just now like telling people about it. I feel embarrassed.
It is.
I feel ashamed. Like
Yep.
a motherfucker never got me for $50. This motherfucker got me for $100,000. My wife, my kids. Like, yo, come on, man.
So all of y'all have all this evidence for court, correct?
Yep.
What did y'all attorney to y'all attorney told y'all the civil is like it's civil? It's a civil matter.
I'll let you speak on that.
We prefer not to even go into because we don't know if they're watching. We don't want to give what our attorney is doing. But
I'm just thinking that because I done been in on that side before, and they're going to go the civil way. And the only fucked up thing about the civil thing is all 90 of y'all, whoever is in the lawsuit, can win the civil lawsuit. The only problem is if he ain't got it, you ain't getting shit. That's the fucked up part about civil law.
Yes, he has properties, but the only thing is that obviously the city comes first.
Yep.
In terms of liens,
Yep.
city, banks.
Yep.
If there's any mechanics liens comes against it, any lawsuits. So it depends on how much asset he has.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that it becomes a criminal case because once you start the Ponzi scheme, essentially that's what it is.
It's the feds, man. It's the feds. It's definitely going the feds.
Well, now they're throwing the word Ponzi scheme around.
But if it does go criminally and he goes to jail, you still fucked out of your money. So it's really a fucked up situation all the way around. And I understand totally where Hitman coming from because as a man, that's your job to protect your wife and your kids. And for you to get fucked out of 100,000, I know that hurt. My foot would have been hanging out his ass right now. I know how you feel.
Come on, bro.
I understand what the fuck you're saying.
The problem
when you have a family and you have things to lose, then you have to be smart. Unfortunately, no matter how you feel, no matter how much it hurts, you still have an opportunity to move ahead with life. If you hurt him or kill him, which I think eventually will happen because the amount of people he scammed, eventually someone will get him or his wife or even worse his kid, which I don't wish that on anybody, no matter
I do.
How bad? That's where we differ.
Okay. See, y'all are good. Y'all are good. Y'all are good husband and wife. Y'all are a good couple because he hot and you cold. Y'all mix.
No, I don't.
I'm him.
Get me wrong.
Me and Hitman, that's my twin.
No,
I wouldn't be on here. I wouldn't be able to be on here. I'll be at that nigga door every day. I know me.
Do y'all know where he lives?
Understand family, understand wife, understand family. Fuck that. I'm at the door. I got the boots on ready. Just toast me.
There's a time and a place for everything. Let's see how it plays out. What comes about to me, I look at it, the money is gone. I have no hope of getting it back. And I know that's really sad to say because people say you have to have faith and have to have hope. I'm a realist. Okay? I freaking work. I've been working 2 jobs since I can freaking remember. But I'll tell you, anybody that's ever crossed me always gets what they deserve because even him, when he's mean to me, bad shit happens to him.
Man, we ain't even talking about that bullshit, man.
Okay.
See, that's why. Listen, man.
I saw my boy.
But
I saw my boy Rick about to say something too. What was you going to say, Rick?
I'm gonna tell you, Cesar and his wife, they have crossed too many people not to get something happen to them. I'm being serious.
Yeah.
You cannot go in life and fuck over so many people and not expect shit to happen to you.
Right.
It's the truth.
That's the
I'm
truth.
just gonna sit back
Rick, you
and
feel
wait.
the same
I
way?
don't after that money is gone. I'm gonna take it as a loss every fucking year on my taxes to the max, and you know, go as that.
They
and rebuild.
You know, I've been to his house. I went looking for him. You know, I got, you know what I'm saying, there's certain things
Everybody has.
You know, but you know, there's eyes on them, put it to you like that. There's eyes on everywhere they go, everywhere they used to go, everywhere he used to get a haircut, everywhere he washes his car. There's eyes out there ready for him.
So what part does envy play in this?
Yeah, I was literally gonna ask. That's the $1 million question.
Envy, there's other investors that I know of, right? That they really have nothing to lose. Like they don't care about putting 10 holes in him, his wife, his kids, burning his house down. There's people that's a lot, they just don't care. They just got nothing to lose. But envy has a lot to do with it because a lot of people didn't know Cesar. You know, envy's the one who really put him on. You know, envy's the one in his first stories, in his first conference, he said when he spoke to Cesar about real estate, he said it to everyone there. He was like, your story needs to be told. You know, so that's kind of like you kind of putting them on there. You know, like if you run a block and I put on my boy and he fucks people over, guess who's responsible? Me. I put him on.
Yeah. I think everybody's looking at it like Hitman Wife looked at it. You know, envy is you know, he's been into real estate. We all know he's been into real estate. He's actually look like he's doing good in real estate. He's a celebrity, and who would want to put his, you know what I'm saying, his name on the line or his, you know, on the line and was doing bad business. So everybody fell for that situation and looked like it was just a ring, a circle.
And
he says like invest
on, no? I'm sorry, Rick. Sorry about that.
Says it in the videos, you know, invest with us. You know, we're gonna invest with us. Invest with us.
One YouTube video, not one YouTube video, because I searched for it, that Envy put out there, I'm no longer doing business with so and so. So you have all these videos promoting the NJ flipping or NJ flip. You have all these videos, but there's not one thing out there that says, hey, you know what? I've distanced myself. I'm no longer promoting this. This was in the past. We did business together, and we're no longer doing.
Man, these punk motherfuckers. DJ Envy birthday the other day. DJ Envy birthday the other day. These two punk motherfuckers on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? Tagging each other. Happy birthday. All this bullshit. I'm under that, man.
So
man, fuck them niggas.
If he owes you, as you say, $500,000, why are you still promoting him? Why are you guys still supporting each other? And that's where I think the DJ Envy role comes to play. You have a certain responsibility. If you're promoting something and you're well known, then you know what? You take the responsibility. That's part of promotion, isn't it?
Yeah. He ain't said one time, I'm not doing business with Cesar. He ain't delete the videos. He ain't did nothing. That motherfucker going on a morning show every day talking about booty holes and everything with Charlemagne, but these motherfuckers ain't talking about our fucking money.
Which is very interesting too, because they talk about, you know, what's going on with celebrities and entertainment news, and we hear about, you know,
the houses they have. They was at this house this weekend, and they flew out to that house this weekend. Yeah, they always talking about that.
So it's very interesting that this is also big news, and he's not covering.
You know what's funny? Like, remember that house that they supposedly gave away, that Flip to Dow house? I don't know if you guys remember that.
You're letting us know about it.
So they had a house that they were giving away on the Flip to Dow website, right? So they took a picture with the lady. She had on glasses and a mask, right? So nobody knew who she really was. So we dug into that, and the lady never won a house. They never gave her that house. They used that address to have other people invest into that house that she supposedly won, but she didn't win anything because we looked it up.
Wow.
You know? Like I got criminal investigators. I got criminal investigators.
No, that smells like fraud.
You know?
And this is on DJ Envy's page. This is Cesar. Who promoted this?
The Flip to Dow is all of them. It's him, Jenny, and Cesar, you know? But Envy says he never worked before Flip to Dial, but if you went on the Flip to Dial website, he's an employee.
Wow.
You know,
They got an office together. That office in fucking Fort Lee.
Fort
It
Lee,
was
yeah.
Cesar and Envy right there. I was in the motherfucker. They got toys and all types of shit in their office and shit. Like, come on, man.
Do
Like,
y'all
like
think?
they was doing business together.
Do you think that DJ Envy knew that Cesar was frauding all these people? Because he's acting like he didn't know.
Way that he didn't know. There is
He
no
knew.
way.
Listen, man.
No way.
You chilling with this motherfucker. Y'all got an office together. You getting money. You know what I'm saying? You flipping houses. They was doing this shit already. This shit didn't just start.
How you making money without actually flipping the houses though? How do you not know that? If you're not selling anything, you're not fucking selling anything, but you're constantly bringing in money. How are you bringing in money if you're not selling?
Okay, I see where you're going with this. All right. So you're saying like, y'all are promoting something, you're being paid for something, but no plans of how we're going to, reestablish this home for someone or resell it or nothing like that. Is no conversations like that were going on his end. He was just receiving money and knew that part. So
That's
even
it.
he's
Bottom line.
acting as if he didn't know.
Yeah, come on, like a light-skinned motherfucker, like the beige motherfucker he is. That's what his dumb ass doing, playing dumb. And that's what we gotta do. We gotta fucking, like, now we gotta hire a lawyer because these motherfuckers is playing that type of game. And they ain't think we was gonna get our lawyers and all this shit involved. This shit is big and there's a lot of people involved. This over 20, 30 cases, and this shit is like $100,000. That's a lot to us. That's our money. But this motherfuckers that invested 500,000, fucking 700,000, like a million. Yo, I'm like, yo. And then on top of that, listen, these motherfuckers did something with some street niggas. Point blank, period. They did something with some street niggas. And niggas can't get their money back.
That type of money.
So what you think gonna happen?
Yeah, I know two street niggas right now. They gave them $1.2 million in cash.
In cash.
In cash. They can't even.
Not coming up with their shit. Like I said, eventually everything catches up.
The reason they don't come on and be out is because, a lot of them can't prove where they got that money from. And I told them, like, yo, they're not looking for where you got the money from. Worst case scenario, if you get your bread back, you got to pay taxes on it. But I'd rather pay taxes on it than let them get away with it.
Right.
They're not.
So do y'all think DJ Envy's going to go to jail?
No.
If they appoint that trustee in court and they follow the money trail, he's going to jail. He's going to jail.
Yeah, pretty much. It's millions of dollars involved. Like we got they always talking about paperwork and all that. Like for real, Tony the Closer been the biggest advocate for us. You know what I'm saying? He's putting the shit out there. He's helping us. You know what I'm saying? That's how I found out about the shit through him. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I met Rick through him. You know what I'm saying? So like. This shit is big. It's real big, and nobody's really talking about it. We need to get the word out there more because they're still scamming people right now. These motherfuckers isn't hiding. They had to sell I don't know if they sold their property, but they not over there in fucking Franklin Lakes where they was fucking chilling at not too long ago. They ain't in fucking Miami where the motherfuckers got that crib not too long ago. These motherfuckers isn't hiding, but they on Instagram posting, talking shit, saying shit. But you in fucking hiding, motherfucker. Nobody know where you at.
And you talking about Cesar, because
somewhere.
Because there's no way DJ Envy's talking shit on Instagram right now.
Oh, it's Cesar. Yeah, Cesar and his pit bull looking wife.
Okay. And everybody knows obviously the Breakfast Club, where it's located. I mean, did y'all ever think about just standing outside in front of the front door waiting for homie to pull up to go to work?
I'm not getting into my Mercedes, driving up there to confront these motherfuckers when it's gonna be on some gangster shit. I ain't got nothing. I ain't like what can I say to you, man? These DJ Envy is a fucking bitch. I'll slap this shit out of his ass. What are you gonna do? Bodyguard, I'm gonna go to jail. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm gonna be pissed that I gotta fucking bail his ass out.
That's something he does. More money.
More money. Yeah, I'm the aggressor. Money. Like I said, like you know, I'm capable of beating their ass, shooting them, and all that. But my bail, whatever's gonna happen to me, is gonna trump my $130,000.
Yeah.
So it's like I gotta play this fucking lawyer
legal
game.
game.
Yeah,
Mm.
and that's, you know, I want to ride. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm used to. I'm used to doing dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? He did some dumb shit, took my money. So why the fuck can I do some dumb shit?
Right.
Mm.
He's gonna
My
get his.
husband had
Your money-
beaten people up for taking from us, and when I tell you, it's not even like any type of money. Like, he literally took his cousin out. Oh, you want to steal from me? And fucked him up. That's blood.
Yo,
Hitman
That's
said,
blood.
Yeah.
"It's okay, Hitman. Your cousin not gonna watch this episode.
Fuck him anyway. I don't care. I'll beat his ass again.
But at least you got your wife. Your wife go keep you level headed. But I understand.
It's hard.
It's good
very,
to talking.
very
We listen.
hard.
We talking. We good. It's hard. We legally dealing with it. But the minute you see him, everything out the window. It's over. I already know how it go.
Mhm.
Yep.
Where are y'all at right now in this case?
They just
We're
got
go.
right. They
Go
just
ahead,
got a.
Rick.
They just got a.
Today was the first.
The
judgment.
26th.
They got a judgment today.
Oh,
First one.
They got their first judgment today for like what, 900K?
Oh, really? I didn't hear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What happened?
I'll send you the paperwork.
see, Rick be on everything.
Hey, tell it. Give us more details, Rick. What's the
I'm-
judgment? I don't even know what a judgment is, Rick. I'm from the suburbs, so please.
Judgment is good. A judgment is 900K. That means that somebody got to get paid.
Plus
They got to
attorney
pay
fees,
724,000 plus how much in
plus
attorney
attorney
fees?
fees of 241,000.
241,000 in attorney fees.
And
You
are
gotta-
y'all getting any of this money? Is any of this money going to Hitman and Rick?
Nah, this is going to ransom endeavors.
That's a law. That's one of the lawsuits.
One of the lawsuits.
Okay.
This-
So you're a part of a different lawsuit.
Yeah.
yeah, me and Jay are in the same lawsuit. There's $35 million in lawsuits.
And in paying this $35 million in lawsuits back, is DJ Envy paying any of this back? Is it just Cesar? Like
Like I was saying before, if that trustee follows the money trail and Envy got a piece of any of that money trail, then we could go after Envy and iHeartRadio because they put them on the radio. They put them on there. They put a convicted felon on the radio that used to scam in the past on the radio for people to invest with.
US of felons in 1998.
So that's the route that we hope to go through. Like once they get that trustee appointed and the judge says yes and they follow the money, if Envy got a piece of that, that's the way we're gonna get our money back.
wow, I did not see it going there. I did
Mhm.
not see it knowing that you can hold iHeart responsible. I mean, that's just insane. So,
Because I'm pretty sure Envy got to clear it, right? He got to clear it with them before he puts them on, and he's been on there more than once. You know,
what you mean clear it with them? Like,
I mean, he
what
has
do you
to
mean?
clear it with Pullman.
Clear
right?
what?
Clear bringing Cesar onto the radio station. I'm pretty sure he got a boss.
Okay, so you're saying that DJ Envy has brought Cesar onto the Breakfast Club to talk about investing in properties when it could have possibly been a Ponzi scheme.
Right.
Yes.
Exactly.
Multiple times, at least 3 or 4 times.
Right.
That's how people learn about it.
Yep.
That's deep. So
deep rabbit hole.
This story is very deep, and I feel like we've covered majority of it. You know, for me it really hits home because I used to work for iHeart and in Chicago, and the Breakfast Club is like our mother station, and you know, Envy and I have the same bosses, so you know this is very. I mean, I've been on the Breakfast Club plenty of times, being on reality TV, and Envy went to Hampton, I went to Howard. You know, it's always been love. So this is very tough to put a story out like this, but on the other end, this is on Front Street, and you are the alleged victims of this. And that's Keith and I's job is to put y'all story out there and to help y'all get recognition, for what y'all are going through and for people to, follow your story and to continue, for you to continue to try to get justice. So thank
Well,
you
we
so
appreciate
much,
this.
Hitman
And
Thank
and
you.
Rick and wives, plural, for
yes, and
sharing
it,
Yeah.
I,
Yeah.
for sharing with us. And I'm gonna wish you all the luck here.
Thank you so much.
can I
Appreciate
just say one more thing?
Yeah.
For sure.
Besides the money comes and goes, always has. But the stress that it puts on a relationship, on your family, and the
it.
things that, we have, Rick has a kid, it's in college. We have a kid that's going to be in college. What are we supposed to do now? So
Mm,
you took our dreams, you took our livelihood, things that we worked for, things that you will never know what we did to get that through hard work. We don't scam, we don't cheat, we don't freaking cross people. We don't do that. We do it the honest way. And you took that from us. And I just want to thank Rick Ross, because if it wasn't for Rick Ross, I wouldn't have kept questioning everything. It was Rick Ross. But the damage that he's done to families, you can't, there's no money to fix that. The
can't
stress that
repair
we
it.
go through every single day, there's no money you can put on that. You can't explain it, like the nightmares, the not sleeping, the not eating, you know the, the stress that it puts on a marriage, and then your kids see you like that. It's hard. So that's why I say Cesar, and I don't know, Jennifer, and whoever else is involved in this, it'll come back to them. Like I say, you can't cross certain people and get away with it. Yes, my husband talks a lot, but he knows what he has to lose if he goes that route. He knows it in his heart. He knows it, and I know
Mm,
he knows it.
he
So that's
definitely
why
knows
I'm
it.
gonna trust him not to do what his gut tells him to do, to listen to his heart. And he
And I think
knows
this
half.
interview will be great to go out because obviously, I mean, a clip could be Hitman saying he gonna shoot him. But when people watch the interview and they see you as a wife and this conversation, that's gonna be the full circle behind it. You feel me? They're going
It's gonna
to
get out. It's gonna be a good look. It's gonna get out because um I mean
y'all was turned up. One.
as far as men, I mean, at the end of the day, Hitman is just showing that. I mean, at the end of the day, he a man, and his
Hitman,
job
can
as
you turn
a
your
man,
car
as
light
a
on?
husband, as a father, is to be head first, and he's head first behind his marriage, his family. It's not all about money; it's about the respect at the beginning and end of every day. You know, and I
And he
understand it
holds
totally where he's coming from, but I understand his wife too. But I
he has
understand man coming from. At the end of the day, his job is to be a man, and that's on that. Period.
he has a lot of guilt about this, because if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have known who the hell. I know who DJ Envy is. I listen to him on the radio
I think
almost
that's
every
what
day.
capped it for you. That's what made it. That's what made it seem legit for you
Or
because
safe?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
he's a successful. He's successful in real estate and stuff like that. That's what sealed the deal for you.
correct, correct. And my husband, I know he holds a lot of guilt, and sometimes I do blame him. I'm not gonna lie. Um, it's hard. It's really hard. It tests your relationship to a point where he almost died right after we signed over the money. He was in the hospital. And
Right.
we had that to deal with too. So we forgot, that we even signed the contract, and we deal with it later because we didn't know whether or not he was going to live.
Right.
So, we had a lot of things going on this year. And to have this happen, but also you have to look at life this way too. We're alive. We can make this money back. And that's what I have to keep telling myself. And that's what I have to keep remembering when I'm frustrated and I'm mad at him, and I'm blaming him. We can do this again. We did it before, we can
Yeah.
do it again.
And just never forget that your husband had his best intentions in it.
Yep.
And this isn't something like it was supposed to be a get rich quick type of thing. This is something that people do, like it seemed legit. You know, you have this personality, this radio personality who is on the radio every day. There's no way that he's promoting something that is a scam. There's no way, you know. It's trustworthy. And your husband had his best, your best intentions and his family's best interest in mind when doing this. So when there are times of frustration and I'm sure that could be one of the first things that come up. Like, well, you did this. Like, you already know that he feels guilty and it's not worth it. Like, don't pile the extra guilt onto him. Y'all are stronger together. And Rick, this goes for you and your wife too. You know what I'm saying? Y'all stronger together than y'all are apart, especially now in a situation like this. You have to like fight this head on together. You feel me? But
And I thank
but
Rick and Christina because they have really been supportive. They Christina, I don't know how she does it, but they're just good people. And it sucks that good people get the shit end of the stick all the time, but someone's got to have to stand up for us. We're standing up for ourselves too, but someone higher up needs to stand up for people like us because we worked for that money. We worked for it. We didn't scam people for it. We worked for it. So you took from us and you took from our kids and you took from our family and our future. So there's got to be something to be done. And I thank Rick and I thank Christina for being so supportive for us, to us.
I'm always here, guys.
I know that shit hit different because I'm just saying, for example, at the minimum, when you're 100 bands up, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Shit hit different. Now you're out of 100 bands and life's still rolling. Bill people, the light people still calling, the water people still calling. And I got hit at 100,000. No, fuck that. Life started to hit hard now.
And I'm from the street, baby. And I'm from the streets just like you. You know, I just happen to work. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the gym. I'm doing good by life. You know what I'm saying? My kids, my wife, and nobody crossed me. Never had this fucking problem to this fat Dominican pizza Cesar eating motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, are you serious? Like, man, come on,
I know, man.
I gotta hold my tongue.
Well, you got some secure sitting there. You could slip up and do a little something, but ain't no big old slip up like that. That's hard, especially when you're getting out the mud. When you get out the mud, shit hit different. Shit hit different. I know what the fuck you talking about. Shit hit different.
That hurt my heart, man. That hurt my heart. That hurt my wife, my kids. I gotta see her crying, stressing, and knowing that I brought that to the table. And then he's playing games online to this day. Are you serious? And what I supposed to do? Just like, I mean, it's hard. It's hard.
Every dog has their day. I'm just waiting.
My head up go off to both of you fellas, man. So Rick and Hitman, man, y'all, that's a lick. And Rick talking about he 400 bands.
Yeah.
Right, if I be bad, I be bad.
Yeah.
My son's med school money. My son trying to be a doctor. Dean's list, straight A's. Like, the kid is amazing, man. And now I gotta, bite a bullet and take out
the decision that you made, so you can't make life different for him.
Not exactly. That's why I always told my son, I was like, you know what, like, all your college debt, all your med school money, you're gonna graduate and be a doctor, and you're gonna graduate with no debt. That's my responsibility as a father. You know, you're gonna start your life fresh with no bills, no nothing. I want you to start and just keep building and break the cycle. You know, be the first doctor in the family. You know,
who don't have any debt. Like, I'm still paying my student loans. And I mean, I wanted to go to the school that I went to, and my dad told me I was going to be a broke college student if I did. I had another school that was giving me a full ride. He wasn't going to have to pay a dime, not even lunch. And then I wanted to go to Howard in DC. Howard wouldn't give me a penny. He said, you can go to Howard, but you're going to be a broke Howard student. And he wasn't lying, okay? But them student loans, them things stick on you. They gain interest every month.
Yep.
And
that's
just not only being a man, but being a parent. You know, that's for your kids. I want to be the first one to buy my child their first car. You know, I want to be. You know, I want to do that, and that's big. Paying off the school loans and all that.
That's huge.
I ain't had that shit. You ain't had that shit. So perhaps to do that for your child, that's big. I know,
especially in today's age where it's a fucking economy crisis. Like, fucking eggs at $12. You know, back when I was younger, eggs was $1.29 a cart. You know, so life is a lot different now. So I really commend you, both of you,
Real.
for continuing to get it and not letting it set you back, period. Because if I was out of 100,000, I might have to roll over in a grave. I ain't gonna lie. Okay, no, I'm playing.
No,
But
you have those moments. You have
no,
those
I'm
moments. Trust
sure.
me. You have
I'm
those
sure.
Outside with the boost on with binoculars. I'm looking. What's up?
Okay.